On the 60th anniversary of the discovery of the Dead Sea Scrolls, the Israeli Antiquities Authority has launched a major project to give the public digital access to the scrolls.
A press conference was held yesterday by the Israeli Antiquities Authority to announce a project to publicize the over 900 manuscripts that make up the Dead Sea Scrolls to the public, using the latest technology to produce thousands of digital and infrared pictures available for viewing through an internet databank.
We're trying to take really great images so that people, whether that's scholars or the public, will eventually be able to get more access, the ability to see more detail from the scrolls and a more comprehensive set of images than they've ever been able to see ever before.
To be realistic, it will probably take at least 2 years before you can see the images, and to that we're going to add all the database. But eventually what you'll do is you'll go online, you'll click, and you'll get the perfect image of a scroll, a fragment, with all the information about it.
The project has begun with a pilot program to begin photographing and archiving the images for public viewing.
The idea of the pilot that we're running this week is to test and check that we have chosen the right technologies to document the Dead Sea Scrolls.
To accomplish the project, a group of experts from around the world was assembled. The Dead Sea Scrolls were discovered 60 years ago by Bedouins and were photographed in their entirety only once, shortly after their discovery. Almost all research has had to rely on these pictures, some of which have been highly degraded by the passage of time.
Many scholars have never seen the scrolls at all. You know, very few people have ever actually seen a scroll or the images of them. You know, but now they're seeing full color images. A lot have seen black and white plate images of them because they have been published, but never at the resolution we're generating them now.
So the idea behind the project is to take a high quality set of digital color and IR images so that and make them accessible to scholars and to the public, because right now the scrolls, the last time they were photographed in their entirety was 55 years ago when they were discovered.
And you can see that in the visible there's some difficulty reading this text, but this is the infrared image of the same thing, and here you can actually see this text much more clearly, where it has either worn away or been removed in some way.
Because the scrolls have been formally published, there's a great demand for photographs of the scrolls. They've only been photographed in their entirety in the 50s, and therefore we've decided to image them now, both in color, in infrared, and with spectral imaging.
Because of this, the Antiquities Authority approached the Italian government about establishing new means of preserving the scrolls, including a lab whose only purpose would be maintaining the scrolls and rephotographing them to create high-quality pictures, allowing for the continued preservation of the scrolls.
Some of the scrolls, for example, look just like they were made on a laser jet yesterday, even though they've been out. And some of them, again, it depends on maybe how they made the parchment or something, but the things we can control with them are temperature and humidity. So the idea really is to not pull it out one day and say, gee, look at that, it got really dark. It's to get ahead of it and see what can be done. What we're going to want to do, we hope, is to be able to non-invasively, optically map out the water content of the Dead Sea Scrolls.
The spectral imaging is the target, the trigger that got this project going, because we need it for our conservation efforts. With it, we hope to be able to monitor the preservation of the scrolls.
The technology has kind of gotten to the point where it seems that it'd be a good idea to go back and redo all of them and then distribute them to scholars, so that people that work, because people that work on these things don't work off the documents. They don't come in and look at them. They use photographs of them, and they typically use the negatives from 50 years ago. Well, a lot's changed, and so we can do it in some sense. I think you saw already, we're finding text that wasn't on the original negatives, for example, and so it allows you to really go back in and get the best that you can of images for distribution.
It's not just taking a picture. This is tremendous art. It has tremendous importance. And we've got to provide the best possible quality to the artist.